Hey, what's up everybody? This is Oceanberg501 and today I want to go over what I think is the best AK-74N build in Escape From Tarkov. And not only is this the best AK-74N build, but I think this is the best 5.45 weapon build in the entirety of the game. The stats on the full built version of this weapon with a 60 rounder is 41 ergo and 38 vertical recoil. That with a 650 RPM makes this thing a laser beam at pretty much any range. It's silenced. It still has a 60 rounder on it with really good ergo. So pretty much everything about this weapon is incredible. It's one of the best weapons in the game, and 5.45 has a ton of ammo options going from BP all the way up to Eagle Neck, which is probably one of the best rounds in the game. But keep in mind, this is not going to be cheap, and the main reason for that is the suppressor. So that's a good place to start. We're using the AK Hexagon muzzle brake, and then we have the waffle suppressor on top of that. This suppressor is just ridiculously expensive, and I don't think you can even get it cheaper at any one of the trader levels. So you're probably just going to be buying this off the flea market, and this is going to be one of the most expensive parts you can have on any weapon build. But past that, most of the other parts are actually decently cheap if you have higher traders. So then next we have the AK Troy full length handguard. At higher rank traders, you can get this. Then we have the bash and dust cover. That's where our sight's going to be going. And you can use pretty much any sight you want on this. I know a lot of people are running razor sights on these just because you can still snipe very easily with this weapon. And if you're already using a weapon this expensive, you might as well use the 100K sight on it. So you can use whatever scope mount you want and put any of the good scopes on. If you want to TAC 30, you could put a Valday if you want a razor sight, anything you want, or just down to normal hollow sights. All of them are going to work really well with this weapon. Then we're using the CSS charging handle, give you a little bit of extra ergo. Then for the stock, we're just going to be using the Zukov S. And this is one of the reasons why the rest of the build isn't super expensive, because this is better than putting a bunch of other attachments on it, getting a better buffer tube, and then getting one of the more expensive stocks. All of that doesn't give you as good a stats as this one stock does. Then for the pistol grip, we're going to be using the AK custom arms. This thing just gives a ridiculous amount of ergo. This is also one of the reasons why this build, even with a 60 rounder, still has very good ergo. Then for the magazine, you can use whatever you want here. If you want to just use 30s, you can, but personally, I would recommend using these 60 rounders. You can use them, and the build still has very good ergo with them, and you can get these for trade-in of just one thermostat, and those are like 28 to 30K, so you can get these 60 rounders for under 30K. And if you're using this expensive of a build, might as well use the 60 rounders. Then for the grip, you're going to put on whichever rail is cheaper, and I'm going to be using the RK1. Now, if you want a bit more ergo and you're fine with slightly higher recoil, you can use the Stark SE5. It's going to give you 6 additional ergo on top of the grip we're already using, but it's going to increase the vertical recoil by 1 and horizontal by 4. So if you're okay with that trade-off, you can definitely do that. I just think the RK1 on this build is better for all around stats. Then we're going to be putting any of the rails on this. I'm just using a Troy 3.2 inch rail, and then any tactical device you want. I like the Baldar Pros, but any tactical device you want, you're going to be able to put on here. And that is going to be the entirety of the build. Like I mentioned, very good build, but going to be pretty expensive because of the waffle suppressor. And like I mentioned, this is a very accurate weapon, has a good muzzle velocity, so you can still snipe people at longer ranges. You can even spray them down at longer ranges, and you have a ton of ammo options. I think it's rank 3 prepper when you can start buying BP from him. You can also do trade-ins for boxes of BT and boxes of BS, and I think those are both a trader rank 3 as well. BS may be rank 4, but you can do trade-ins for that high tier of ammo. Using BS right now is going to be pretty much enough for any fight. I think BS would actually be better at this point in the wipe than Eagle Neck, just because BS has that higher base damage. You're not going to run across too many people that are running like class 6 armor to really need the Eagle Neck yet. Most people are still going to be in class 4 or class 5, where I think BS is completely fine. But it gives you so many options. If you're somebody that can't really get your hands on the BT because you don't have the trader rank, but you have a lot of rubles, you could just run BP in this thing, and it's so accurate with a 60 rounder, you're still going to be able to do really well in most of the fights. But that's pretty much all I want to go over for this build. So subscribe if you want to see more EFT or other FPS videos. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about this build. And thanks for watching.
давай, давай!
На, блядь, на, сука! Гнида! Ну, блядь, гнида, блядь!
Ты куда? Давай, мочи!
Вот хуйло, конец тебе!
Вот ты шалава!
Быстро!
Гнида!
Сдохни, тварь!
Руке капец!
Давай, мочи!
Пиздюк!
Давай, пошел!
Вот! Ничего, неплохой день, да? Четко все. Вон он,